just ahead on CTV News.
A long battle ahead in the fight for the new FBI headquarters. We have some new developments, and I'll bring you those details coming up.
And
tonight, justice in the shooting death of a young woman gunned down in a road rage attack. I'm Noel James, and just ahead, more details on that case.
plus, 2 new food pantries open in the county to help those in need. Those stories and more on CTV News, starting now.
This is CTV News for November 6th. I'm Anaya Falcon.
And I'm Jonathan Hunter. Thanks for joining us. Federal and state leaders are announcing a significant move today. They have plans to sue the Trump administration over the decision to cancel the FBI headquarters.
CTV's Michaela Newton is outside the Wayne K. Carey administration building with more.
Well, the fight for the FBI headquarters is far from over. This afternoon, state and local leaders announced a lawsuit against the Trump administration's plans to move the headquarters to D.C.
The president's plan is not just illegal. Frankly, it just lacks common sense.
The lawsuit challenges the administration's July 2025 decision to abandon the selected Greenbelt site in favor of the Ronald Reagan building in Washington, D.C., the location that officials say is not eligible under law. Last week, the push to bring the FBI to Prince George's County hit another roadblock in Congress when a U.S. Senate committee voted 10-9 on a resolution that would relocate the FBI headquarters to the Ronald Reagan Building and International Trade Center.
The big problem with the current FBI building is that it lacks the modern security provisions and protections that the Bureau needs in 2025. So to be frank, the building is too old, it is too small, and it is too exposed. So what then does the president do? He decides to move the FBI building to another building that is too old, too small, and too exposed.
Marylanders were counting on this project. Prince George's County was counting on this project. Local businesses were counting on this project. We invested because the federal government said it was coming.
During the press conference, County Executive Aisha Braveboy said that this is just one of many battles the county is facing.
We have to, of course, pick and choose our battles. But I can tell you, this battle, the one we're announcing today, is worth fighting.
Now, we will continue to follow this story closely and its latest developments, but for now in Largo, I'm Michaela Newton for CTV News.
Thanks, Michaela, for that story. State officials are confident they will win the case.
And Prince George's County is stepping up for federal workers caught in the middle of the nation's longest government shutdown. County Council Chair Edward Burrows and the group 100 Black Men of Prince George's County announced a partnership to roll out a federal worker support fund that will give $1 million in relief for residents who've lost paychecks or jobs. Eligible residents in district and can apply online before November 21st for a one-time payment of at least $1,000. Burrows says it won't fix everything, but it starts to help families stay afloat until paychecks return.
This fund is a recognition that Prince George's County takes care of its own. And it is a statement that no one should have to choose between groceries and a car note, between medicine and keeping the lights on.
This administration has treated our federal government workers like trash. And it's so important that this community come together to let our federal workers know that they are not alone. Our federal workers and contractors and their families are going through so much right now.
The money comes from casino revenue, as state law requires MGM National Harbor to share part of its profits with nonprofits nearby. To apply, if you are in District 8, visit 100princegeorges.org/relief. And Immigration and Customs Enforcement is seeking a new space for deportation attorneys in the county. According to the Washington Business Journal, the General Services Administration issued a request for lease proposals on Tuesday. The space is looking to accommodate 35 private offices near Hyattsville between 3,000 and 5,000 square feet. The move is continuing to support the Trump administration's nationwide immigration enforcement expansion.
Maryland State Police say they've identified and charged a suspect in the fatal road rage shooting of 20-year-old Nia Hairston. The attack happened back in May of 2024 on the Beltway near Landover Road.
Now, nearly 2 years later, her family is one step closer to justice, but investigators are still searching for answers in 2 other deadly road rage cases, and they are offering a record-breaking reward to get them. Here's CTV's Noel James with more.
May 3rd, 2024, Nia Hairston had just finished her shift at UPS. She briefly stopped to see a friend and then proceeded to head home, but she never made it. Just minutes outside her house, her car was found in a ditch off 495. Nia had been shot. Police say it was a road rage incident. This is the man police say is responsible for the death of Nia Hairston, 28-year-old Dominic Proctor of Glendale. Police say Proctor shot Hairston in an apparent road rage incident on the Capitol Beltway in Prince George's County. He is now charged with first-degree murder for her death and currently in jail in Virginia on unrelated charges. Her family called Nia a rising star, a hairstylist, a hard worker, and a daughter with dreams.
She stayed positive, always positive. She loved to dance. She loved to sing. She was very helpful. She taught me patience because I didn't have patience, especially when she was younger. But she was a go-getter. She was goal-oriented.
Really hope that nothing else like this will happen to anyone else in their family. It's like my mom said, it's really hard.
Meanwhile, detectives are still working to solve 2 other road rage homicides, Charlie Marks and Delonte Hicks. Both men were killed in separate incidents on Maryland roadways. Marks was shot driving this work van on Route 100 in January 2022. Hicks was shot driving a tow truck on Route 50 in March 2022. Police believe Hicks and this driver in the black Hyundai Sonata were arguing when the driver pulled out a gun and shot Hicks. And now the police are offering the largest reward in department history, $60,000 total. That's $30,000 for both Charlie and Delonte's cases. In College Park, I'm Noel James for CTV News.
Thanks, Noel, for that report. If you have any information about the deaths of Charles Marks or Delonte Hicks, call Maryland State Police at 202-953-1903, and all callers can remain anonymous.
The FAA is cutting flights at 40 major airports across the country. This comes as airports nationwide are continuing to see travel delays. This is expected to affect thousands of flights. BWI, Reagan National, and Dulles International are all being impacted. The FAA says the reduction is meant to ensure safety and to avoid major issues. Transportation officials say several air traffic controllers have been calling out sick, which has led to the staffing shortages. And since October 1st, air traffic controllers have been working without pay.
And progress is being made as crews continue to work to rebuild the Francis Scott Key Bridge. Right now, construction crews are driving in cranes and steel piles into the riverbed. Once those piles are positioned deep in the water, they will be able to test its strength for safety. The new bridge is going to feature 2 12-foot lanes in each direction. State and transportation officials expect the new bridge to be built by 2028.
The Maryland Energy Administration will soon be looking for a new director. Paul Pinsky informed his staff he will be stepping down. He has led the department since 2023. Pinsky, who is 75, says most of his friends have retired. He says he has a lot to do outside of serving in a public office. Pinsky served in the legislature for a number of years and was known as being the Bernie Sanders of Maryland for his political views. You're watching CTV News. I'm Jonathan Hunter.
And I'm Anaya Falcon. Coming up, it's 2025. Have you started using artificial intelligence yet, or are you stuck in the past?
A recent poll looks at Marylanders' thoughts and fears of using AI. Hear the results right after the break.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Food can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
We all have a type.
Maybe you know what your type is.
Maybe you don't.
But you have one. Am I your type?
You can be the type to save lives.
I read that gun injuries and gun suicides are going up among teens.
What do you think we can do about it?
If a kid is acting angry or keeping to themselves, it's important to make sure that they don't have access to a gun. They might be thinking of hurting themselves or someone else.
Keeping guns stored securely feels like the simplest way to help protect everyone.
I agree, yeah.
Welcome back. A 19-year-old has been sentenced to 50 years in prison for murdering his mentor. Prosecutors say Raymond Terry III shot and killed 26-year-old Vincent Fisher III from the back seat of Fisher's car in Landover. Fisher had been mentoring Terry, trying to steer him toward a better path, but that trust ended in tragedy. Terry pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and using a firearm in a violent crime. The Prince George's County State's Attorney says her office remains committed to seeking justice for victims of senseless violence. And community members with the Young Democratic Socialists of America held a rally Tuesday at the University of Maryland. The rally was to urge administrators to keep U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement off campus. About 80 people gathered at Hornbake Plaza with signs demanding sanctuary campus status. The group's petition already has nearly 3,000 signatures and calls on the school to refuse cooperation with ICE without warrants, including not sharing student information or authorizing campus police to enforce immigration laws. But officials have not said whether they will declare sanctuary status at the University of Maryland.
Long lines and chilly temperatures didn't stop job seekers from making their way to Landover today. All of this was a part of County Executive Aisha Braveboy's We Elevate Our Own Job and Resource Fair in partnership with Employ Prince George's. The event, which was held inside the Sports and Learning Complex, looked to connect job seekers with companies looking to hire. Officials say more than 60 recruiters came out to meet with people in the search for their next work opportunity.
We pride ourselves at Employ Prince George's in making connections, job matching connections with employers and job seekers who are seeking to improve their quality of life and their families through gainful employment. So today we have over 60 employers and resource vendors who are able to make those connections for families here in Prince George's County.
I'm out here today is because I'm on the market due to the federal environment. So I'm out here looking for another means of employment and open doors. So that's what really brought me out today.
Past 18 years, I've actually been a federal government worker, and I lost my job back in April. So I got riffed from the federal government, and so now I'm out just actually looking for some type of employment opportunities.
And for more information on future job fairs, you can visit employpg.org. And outside of the Job and Resource Fair, people who live in the county were able to get free food. The Office of Homeland Security and the Department of Social Services teamed up for a food distribution event. People who stopped by were able to get fresh produce, bread, chips, and more. There was enough food to feed 300 households. County leaders say with everything going on right now, they wanted to do something to make it easier for people in Prince George's County.
We're being led by our beautiful county executive, Ms. Aisha Braveboy, and when she calls, we answer. And the idea was, hey, we need to do food drives. We need to take care of our own here in Prince George's County, and that's what we did. So Social Services called, and they said, Director Gomez, we need this, and that's what my team, we mobilized, and now we're here.
The food distribution was made possible because of a donation from First Fruit Farms.
And the county's Department of Social Services opened 2 new permanent food pantries this week. This is in addition to the one on your screen, which is located in Landover. They opened one in the north and one in the south parts of the county, located in Hyattsville and Temple Hills. The department received a 12,500-pound food donation and more from local nonprofits throughout the state. All 3 are open to residents Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And if you need more information, we want you to visit the website on your screen. And the county school district is offering housing support for students' families impacted by the shutdown. A new rental housing assistance fund is available for Prince George's renters with children enrolled in PGCPS. The program helps families remain housed and secures new stable housing so students can stay focused. Your student must attend one of the community schools listed on the PGCPS website. For more information, you can call the number or send an email to the address on your screen.
And speaking of PGCPS, they are launching new district and school data dashboards that provide a real-time look at student growth and performance across the system. The dashboards expand on traditional proficiency measures to offer a clear picture of progress for students, schools, and the district. According to Interim Superintendent Dr. Sean Joseph, this data helps them understand how their students are growing. Metrics are constantly being updated to reflect current data by week, month, quarter, and year. And you can view the dashboard on the PGCPS website.
And a new poll shows most Marylanders know about artificial intelligence, but many are concerned about it. The survey of more than 800 adults by UMBC found 54% have heard or read a lot about AI. Another 32% know some, and 11% just a little. Among those familiar with AI, 58% believe its impact on society will be negative, while 30% think it'll be positive. Despite the concerns, 71% said they use AI tools at least occasionally. Top worries include misinformation, identity theft, and the effects of education. And still to come on CTV News, Turkey Day is right around the corner.
That's right. And if you're on a budget this holiday season, stay tuned to find out which store may have the best deal for your family. Stay with us.
It's cancer.
A leader within the county school district is receiving high praise and national recognition. The Prince George's County Public School Director of Transportation, Kiba Baldwin, was just named the 2025 National Transportation Director of the Year by School Transportation News. Under his leadership, Baldwin has introduced the new Chipmunk app with real-time tracking. He has also introduced 21 new electric buses as a part of the Climate Change Action Plan. Baldwin's main focus has been to better the communication between families and schools.
And the Bowie Community Theater is performing a murder mystery that has audience members on the edge of their seats. I chatted with an actor and director in The Web of Murder about the twists and turns and the show that has to offer. The Web of Murder play at the Bowie Playhouse is captivating audiences and keeping them on their toes.
A mystery, and there are things that surprise them. And it's really sort of a delight when you hear the audience go, ooh, it's like, we got him.
The murder mystery, performed by the Bowie Community Theater, follows a rich and domineering family matriarch, her eccentric household, and surprise guests whose arrival sparks secrets, chaos, and murder. The director says the play is full of humor, elements of farce, and undeniable tension.
1 minute you think it's one character, 1 minute you think it's another character, and they're all weaving these different webs, and you're trying to figure out not only who is the murderer, but who's going to get murdered, because any one of them can go and any one of them could do it, no matter how sweet they seem to be.
And Louise's character is not so sweet at all.
Now you better leave before you what?
I don't enjoy playing the bad guy, but I don't really feel like Minerva's the bad guy. She does have her affections and people that she cares about, although her main concern is her own ego and her own need for attention.
Louise says her character's personality and wheelchair took some time to get used to.
I spent several days bumping into all the furniture and running over the other actors. It's really kind of fun now. I feel like I'm floating. Plus, it's really nice if you have stage fright. Sometimes you feel a little off-center.
She says the Web of Murder show is a good way for people to escape from everyday troubles.
I think it can take people away from the mundane everyday. Can I pay the rent? Can I get food for my kids? Are we going to get the flu? That kind of thing.
I hope it leaves them happy that they became a part of it and that they enjoyed it and had fun with it, and at the same time being touched.
Seems like such a great show. Performances of Web of Murder at the Bowie Playhouse run through November 16th on Fridays and Saturdays. For more ticket information, visit pgctheater.com.
A new food hall opened its doors in College Park today. Wonder, a mealtime platform offering dine-in, pick-up, and free delivery options, will feature meals from notable chefs and restaurants for the grand opening. They had live music, samples, and the first 100 customers in line had the chance to receive a gift bag. This is Wonder's first location in Maryland, as they have more than 60 nationwide.
And Grubhub has launched a new partnership with Instacart, expanding online grocery shopping options. With the new partnership, Grubhub customers can order from Instacart's network of grocery retailers and get groceries delivered by Instacart shoppers. To celebrate the merger, customers are able to get 30% off up to 3 grocery orders of $75 or more. Grubhub Plus members can take advantage of free standard delivery or grocery orders of $25 or more.
And with the government shutdown, along with inflation, it's important for families to enjoy a holiday feast without overspending. Major retailers like Amazon and Walmart are offering Thanksgiving meal deals this holiday season. Prices range from under $20 to about $100, depending if you're feeding a family of 4 or a group of 10. The promotions running through late November highlight a growing trend among grocery chains to provide budget-friendly holiday bundles amid rising food costs.
And still to come, Simon Buggs has our Thursday sports page.
That's right, and I hear he's talking volleyball. What's going on, Simon?
Hey guys, the high school volleyball playoffs continued last night, and I have a recap for you for one of the exciting matchups. Stay right there.
Everyone loves a champion, someone whose performance puts them head and shoulders above the rest. But not all champions wear a medal or hoist a trophy. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we see champions everywhere we look. In every sport, on every court, we're building a foundation to ensure all athletes are safe, supported, and strengthened. We believe abuse can be prevented by taking a hard look at how we coach, how we train, and how we interact after the last whistle. We've provided millions of safe sport trainings to coaches, athletes, and sport allies. At the U.S. Center for Safe Sport, we're shifting sport culture because every athlete deserves to compete free from abuse.
All right, everyone, let's get into your Thursday sports page. Now, there was some high school playoff volleyball action going on over in Riverdale last night as the Parkdale Lady Panthers hosted Flowers for the regional finals. Now, the Lady Jaguars got off to a good start offensively as both these attacks from middle blocker and hitter Jordan Allen helped her team jump out to a 17-9 cushion over Parkdale. But despite being down most of the set, Parkdale still had some good moments, like this nice attack block from the team that actually resulted in points on the board for the Lady Panthers. The Lady Panthers were unable to stage a comeback, and this spike from opposite hitter Victoria Ogunniyi gave her team the final point of the set to beat the Lady Panthers 25-18. Flowers got off to another good start in the second set as this other spike from Ogunniyi and this ace from outside hitter Layla Murphy helped their team jump out to a 5-1 lead over Parkdale. And the Lady Panthers converting defense into offense, first with this dig to prevent points for Flowers that turned into an attack for the team, kept Flowers' lead at single digits for a little while. But as the set went on, Flowers' lead ballooned to a double-digit one, leading 20-7 at one point as Parkdale had a tough time stopping their attacks. And this spike from Allen sealed the deal as Flowers won the second set 25-8 and needed just one more win to advance. Now Parkdale began the third set pretty well, keeping it close and even had a 13-11 lead at one point. But the Lady Panthers offense stalled after that, and Flowers was able to go on a 14-3 run with this hit by Ekanor Ebong to get the ball over the net, sealed the deal as Flowers won the third and final set 25-16, and the game overall 3-0 to advance to the state quarterfinals. Congratulations, ladies. And sticking with playoff volleyball news, CMIT North took down Pikesfield 3-2, and CMIT South season came to a close after getting beaten by Patuxent 3-0. And sticking with more high school sports news, the football playoffs are underway. And first up, we have Surrattsville, who took the field at 4 o'clock against Sparrows Point. Central, who will take the field later on today against Edmondson Westside. And finally, Laurel High School will match up against Blake High School tomorrow. Man, there's so much going on around the county right now. The postseason is my favorite time of the year when it comes to sports. And switching gears to the NBA, the Washington Wizards got routed by the Boston Celtics last night, 136-107. The next opponent will be the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Cup tomorrow at 7 o'clock. And wrapping up sports, the Washington Capitals added another game to the win column last night after taking down the St. Louis Blues 6-1. The Caps will be in Pittsburgh tonight, taking on the Penguins next at 7:30. And that is your Thursday sports page. See you guys tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Simon. Let's get a look at our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight will be mostly clear out with light winds. Tomorrow, it'll be cloudy in the day with wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Expect showers later in the night. Saturday will be mostly sunny with a high of 70 and a low of 51. Another chance of rain later in the night. Sunday, more rain is on the way. It'll be partly sunny with a high of 70 to start the week.
And for our community calendar, this Saturday, Blackberry Acres is hosting a family reunion, the Black Cowboy and Cowgirl Celebration. This multi-generational celebration is great for the whole family to connect to culture and community under the open skies. There'll be horse rides, line dancing, a photo booth, and spades and Uno tournaments. This event takes place from noon to 4:45 p.m. For more information or for tickets, visit blackberryacres.org.
Have a story idea? You can reach out to our CTV News tip line.
Just give us a call at 301-386-4085, or you can send us an email to ctvnews@pgctv.org. As always, we look forward to hearing from you.
And that wraps up CTV News for now. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.